Event 2, the Ranch Deadlift Ladder, began just 15 minutes after the trail run ended. Athletes faced 20 increasingly heavy barbells, starting at 275 pounds and going all the way up to 415 pounds. Jamie Hagia, who finished dead last in the trail run, was the first woman onto the ladder.
She had a lot of ground to make up with the last place finish. She was solid through the first row of barbells on the ladder, but it was a 345-pound bar that she made her final lift, which was good enough for a PR.
Hagia would finish tied for 19th, but behind her, Brooke Wells, who finished 37th in the trail run, was just getting warmed up.
She didn't get much time to rest after that 7K trail run, but she didn't need it. The 21-year-old is back for her second time to the CrossFit Games. She couldn't have been happier to see the loading on these barbells when Dave Castro revealed this event to the athletes when they first arrived on the ranch. She lifted effortlessly through the first 2 rows, and on the final few barbells, she still had so much power and strength despite making 19 previous lifts. Just watch the speed that barbell comes off the ground. It doesn't hit a sticky point until midway up her thigh. She has just really intimidating strength for the rest of her competitors.
Brooke Wells would clear the ladder with a monstrous lift of 415 pounds, and then she would sit and wait to see if anybody would challenge that mark, and she would wait a while because it was several minutes before anyone even got close. The 360-pound barbell was a sticking point for a lot of women. Margot Alvarez, who finished 15th on the trail run, would get past that. She would make a successful lift of 370 pounds, and then behind her, Lauren Fisher would also hit 370, and that was the best mark until Sandra Pacelli got past that and made it through 385 pounds. She finished 13th in the trail run. That marked 4th in the deadlift ladder, and that cleared the way for Sarah Sigmundsdottir.
We're used to seeing Sarah, last year's rookie sensation, make things look a lot easier, make them look effortless, but this just started to fall apart. She's at her limits here. She couldn't lock it in even from the start.
Right next to Sarah Sigmundsdottir, Annie Thorisdottir would clear 375 pounds, but it was Tia Toomey who may have put a scare into Brooke Wells as Toomey took a run at Wells' lead.
Second place last year, also heading to Rio this year to represent her country, Australia, in weightlifting.
Sam Briggs, who won the trail run, was the final woman on the ladder, and her last lift of 355 pounds would tie her for 13th in the event as Tia Toomey continued to get closer to Brooke Wells.
She just has so much composure during the fight of each one of these final lifts. So powerful, using her legs to drive to stand up that barbell.
Toomey would move on to the final row that began with a 395-pound barbell. Behind Toomey was Candace Wagner, who would hit 390.
Toomey starts out, has a great effort, is just too heavy, cannot hold on to that barbell to get it stood up.
Tia Toomey would exit the floor with a 3rd place overall finish in the event. That's because Candace Wagner would step up to 395 and make it. That's as far as Wagner would get. She goes 5th in the trail run, 2nd in the deadlift ladder, and has a great start to day 1 of the CrossFit Games. But that means that Brooke Wells takes the event, her first career event win at the CrossFit Games, and 100 points with one event to go on day 1 of the 2016 Reebok CrossFit Games at Aromas.